her dress is, and how great her earring is, and all these things are really nice. And so yeah, I think gossiping is really great.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja. That was amazing. I totally agree with you. Gossiping is one of the most interesting ways to get to know somebody and bond, brings out all the truths out into the open. So it's amazing. Okay, do I have any volunteers for the next question? Toastmaster Yash, would you like to take up the next question?
Shruti, try giving it to guests. There are a couple of guests in the meeting, right? Try welcoming them.
Yeah, okay. Guest Hitika, would you prefer taking up the next question? All right, then, guest Aishwarya. It's okay, you guys can just try. All right, here's your question. Hearts are wild creatures. That's why our ribs are cages. Are you a heart person or a brain person?
Oh my. I think I'm a hard person, I think. But yeah, like sometimes when a brain, like according to me, a person whose brain is always like, I mean, most of the time they are like calculative, so they predict stuff and it's like, how does it mean? So they are more result oriented kind of most of them. But when it comes to heart, it's like most like people often say that heart people with heart they don't think, but that's in a negative way. But according to me, it's like they'll say everything without any calculation or any, they don't result. I mean, expect any result. So I think I'm a heart. That's it.
Thank you, guest Aishwarya. That was amazing. It's true that sometimes you do have to take risks, so I appreciate your answer. How about Toastmaster Sham? Would you like to take the next question?
Sure.
All right. New Year's resolution work like this. You think of something you enjoy doing, then you stop doing it. Name a resolution you took that you almost gave up immediately.
A New Year's resolution I took. I am a person who doesn't usually take a New Year's resolution as I know I won't complete it properly. But I did try taking a New Year's resolution of reading more this year, and I have tried my best because so far I have had my exams, and due to that, and I have been reading my textbooks. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been. And then I have tried reading some books in the holidays now, and I'll try continuing this streak as much as as possible. And I wish that I try to continue this after my semester starts. But as the course goes, I may or may not stop because of the more homework and all the assignments they give in the college. But I'm sure I'll try to continue with this as and when I get my chance. But I'm sure this will be of useful to me, and I'll try keeping in track, keeping myself accountable, and continuing reading these books as much as I can. Thanks.
Thank you, Toastmaster. That was amazing. I agree with you. Reading books is a resolution I too had taken. It lasted for a week. I was glad to know that I'm not the only one who gives up on resolutions that fast. Um, okay. Anyone wants to take up the next question?
I would like to volunteer.
Thank you, Master. Here's a question. Nothing is impossible, so I prefer doing nothing every day. What are your views on laziness or procrastination?
Okay, so this is very interesting question. What are your views on laziness or procrastination? Okay, so according to me, I'm a person like if I'm very much interested in doing something, then I'll do it immediately. And if I have no interest, then I'll procrastinate to the hell. Like I used to, I remember this one incident. I was even we have these assignments in colleges like we are given with enough number of time like 1 month we are assigned to complete an assignment but due to procrastination and laziness like we can complete it at the end and that subject is not that much interesting so I just complete it at the end and yeah this is how. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dashni. That's something all of us can relate to, putting our work off till the last minute. How about Toastmaster Bhavesh? Would you prefer taking up the next topic?
Yes, sure. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so your topic is this. All my life, I wanted to be somebody. Now I think I should have been more specific. Is your life what you imagined it would be?
Okay, so I guess my life is what I wanted it to be. I've always, from a small age, I've always wanted to be, different and I try something, let's say stupid most of the time. So most of the times I try to stand out. Most of the people, when they say I want to become doctor, I want to become a collector, I try to stand out somewhere and I chose ecology. Seriously, I did not understand the meaning of the word ecology. But every time someone asks me, I would say I want to become an ecologist. I never knew what an ecologist was or what do you do as an ecologist, but just because the word sounded, cool and stylish, I made use of the word. Every single time, I would say ecologist. There's a staff who still likes me so much just because I found a different kind of profession that I wanted to follow. But seriously, I never understood what the word ecologist meant at that point of time. But apart from that, I've always wanted to, do something physical. Mechanical. I didn't want to, play with life. I didn't want to play with blood. So doctor out of the game. I never wanted to sit, write, do stuff like that. So, my father would do that. I've seen that. So accountancy out. I've also, I felt I wanted to do something towards science. As I grew, I realized I wanted to do engineering and I took engineering by choice. So that's something I think I wanted. Apart from that, I've always wanted to build robots. Like from a young age, I've always wanted to build robots. And I think I am doing it right now. So I guess I am living my life the way I wanted it to be. So yeah, that's the answer. I am living it the way I wanted it to be. And if there is something I want to change, I would say nothing. I just have everything right now. I am living my life. Thank you. And over to the table topics master.
Thank you, Toastmaster. As someone who's still not decided what I want to do with my life, that was quite refreshing to hear. Anyone who wants to volunteer to take up the next question? Anyone who's already spoken can also take up again. I have plenty of topics, so there is no need to be hesitant. So anyone who wants to take up a topic again? I think Toastmaster Abhijit hasn't taken up a topic yet. Would you want to take up this topic?
Yeah, sure, I'll try.
All right. When nothing goes right, turn left. Name an instance where your crazy or unique approach to a problem actually worked.
Um, yeah, so this code, I think it's referring to like, yeah, always like go with the flow. That is what I believe in. That's what I tell everyone too. Like, suppose if the right passage is blocked, going left is always better than, staying stationary, not doing anything, giving up. So, yeah, this is what I inferred from this quote. But like a personal instance, I'm not able to like get anything right now, but uh, yeah, there could be, but nothing is like coming to my mind right now. Yeah, so yeah, this is what I inferred from the quote. Nothing more, I guess.
Thank you, Toastmaster. That's the thing about literature. You can interpret one sentence in plenty of different ways. It was nice to know that that was your interpretation of the quote. I'll
Yeah,
think about that too the next time. Thank you so much for that.
cool.
Guest Hitika, are you able to speak now? Would you be able to take up the topic?
Yes, I would like to try.
All right. Here's your topic. Experience is what you get when you did not get what you wanted. Tell us about a time when you did not get what you wanted and how you coped with it.
Like there have been many such instances in that in which I didn't get what I always wanted, and I had to adjust to what I got. So in that case, I learned after going through that path that okay, this is something which I don't like it right now, but still have to adapt to this. I learned like after some time adapting to it, I learned that this was the right thing for me. Like this is what I actually was meant to have. So I think that I always believe that universe always put you at the right point at the right time. So even if you feel that you are not getting something what you want, you just have to believe that eventually it will be the right thing only for you. What else should I add?
Thank you, Guest Hitika. That was quite inspiring. I hope I have the same drive that you do. Is there anyone else who would like to pick up a topic?
Okay, can I?
Sure. Here is your topic. He who laughs last thinks slowest. Do you think having a good sense of humor is a must for a good life?
Oh, thank you for this topic, table topics master Shruti. Like all your topics were like so winsome and cheerful. It was a very great choice of topic. Being a first timer, it's really good. Starting with the topic, he who laughs last thinks slowest. I do agree with this quotation because the one who is having a good sense of humor, in the sense he could relate himself with everything else happening around. So obviously he would relate himself to a very good life possible, because the good sense of humor doesn't come in that instance directly, right? It is the one which builds from our childhood, the circumstances we were, and the way we are brought up to be. It starts in that way. Like I can't tell that in a very instance we could get a good sense of humor. I don't believe in that. Moving ahead, like who laughs last thinks slowest, because the one who is able to interact a lot, who is able to network with people a lot, he's the one who has a big diversity of opinions, right? So he'll be the one who thinks fastest. I doesn't term it as fastest, diversely. I term it as diversely. The one who, I doesn't tell that who don't have sense of humor, doesn't network with people. I do support, like having good sense of humor is a kind of added advantage. That's it. Over to Shruti.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I really appreciate what you said. Is on that note, does anyone else want to take up a topic? I think all the members in today's meeting have spoken once. So at this point, anyone who wants to take up another topic can feel free to do so.
Can I take up the next topic?
Sure, of course, Toastmaster Yash. Here's your topic. If happiness was the national currency, what job would be the one you take to become rich?
Okay, what makes you happy? Okay, what makes you happy is what the question is.
Well, you can interpret it any way you want. The
Okay,
question
fine.
is yeah.
So, very happy topic, I would say. So happiness, like right now, even by listening to all other speakers when prepared speakers are speaking, we got happy, we got some smile in it. So happiness, I feel something which we need to incult in it, like incult in anything. It doesn't comes or like you need to find in each and every task we do. So happiness from the bed, we like wake up. By the time we sleep, everything we go through, we need to find something special in it, or something that makes us happy a lot. So happiness is something which gives us positivity as well. So I feel that happiness, according to me, is something which we need to inculcate. As you have written, like if happiness was their currency, what job would be one you take to become rich? So yeah, happiness, according to me, I feel that it's something which we need to add up in every task we do. Back to Shruti, Toastmaster Shruti.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Yes, it's try to get happiness in every single thing we do. That's a very good life to live if you love it that way. Is there the next table topic? Does anyone want to pick?
Can I like suggest something? Uh, I'm new
Yeah.
here, so I don't know like if it's against the protocol or something. But I think it would be better like if you like show the question first and then we like decide who speaks. Won't that be better?
Okay, Abhijit, the table topic session is like you will be given an on-spot topic. You won't be given time to prepare. It will be like less than 5 seconds, and you should start speaking. So it can't
Oh,
be
okay.
choice-wise selection. Once you are ready to take a topic, then we'll show that. That's the way we do
Yes,
in
okay.
Toastmasters.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Can I
On
go on
the
to the next one?
yeah, of course, Toastmasters. Here's the question: when the going gets tough, should I get rough or say it's enough?
Yes, just a yeah. Thank you. So okay, when the going gets tough, should I get rough or say it's enough? This is like a classic movie example. Every time you watch a movie, there'll be two people or two sets of people. One set of people will be like, okay, I give up at this point. And the other set of people will be, yes, I will be fighting throughout. And then you get this all dramatic music. After 5 minutes, after the end of that song, you'll find the hero coming out, working hard and stuff. I mean, though it's dramatic on the movies, in reality, I feel that's the truth. Nothing's going to come to you easy. If it comes to you easy, everybody will do it. Let's say you work on a project. Let's say scoring the highest marks in class, or just being top in anything. Without you putting enough work, what is the difference between you and the next person? The only person that's going to differentiate you and another person is going to be the amount of effort you put for that particular stuff. I believe in meritocracy, not in the good marks that you face, but in the amount of hard work you put for something. That creates the difference between you and another person. If you're going to take some risk for something, it means you deserve that particular thing. You may not win today, you may not win tomorrow, but at some point of time, you will win. For example, in most of the movies, you would see the hero working hard for just one day, 1 week, and fight someone or go against someone who's been working for years. It doesn't happen in that way in reality. Though if you work for a really long time, you will have its fruits reaping for you. So what I would suggest is that put in enough efforts than everybody else if you want to triumph in it. Or find something different in which that you do not have enough competition, work towards that. Either way, you should work smart or work. If you work smart or work hard, you still have to work that. Let it be smart work or hard work, you still have to work that. So if it is going to get rough, plan for it accordingly. Thank you, and over to the tabletop master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vavesh. That was quite eloquently put. The movie example was amazing. I completely agree, though. Okay. Does anyone want to pick up the next question? How about Toastmaster Pooja, would you prefer picking up the next question?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Here's your question. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth would leave us all unable to see what we are unable to eat. Do you agree?
Uh, could you please explain the topic?
All right. We had that very famous Gandhi quote, right? An eye for an eye would leave everyone blind. This was an adaptation on that, asking whether or not you believe revenge would be a right thing, as is seen in most movies.
You're not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, your voice is breaking.
Oh, all right. Can I have a minute? I'll just check my network connections.
Okay, by the time Toastmaster Shruti sets up her mic on her end, let me just go with the topic. The topic simply means if you take revenge, uh, revenge stops you from seeing what you're missing.
Okay. So, so revenge is the thing which comes to our mind when we are on the peak of anger. So, but revenge is definitely not a solution for all our problems. So, so the best solution which I would believe is forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about forgiving others. Forgiveness is something for ourselves. Uh, so that like to make our mind and our heart uh, to to be in a stable position. So I don't agree with this, and I don't agree with taking revenge. I believe in forgiveness, and this is what I understood from this topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja. I hope I'm a little bit more audible now. Is my audio clear? All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja. Does anyone want to take up the next question? Is Toastmaster Sham, would you prefer taking up the next question?
Sure.
All right. Here's a question. Some of the bad decisions are necessary as they make for the greatest of stories. Do you have many regrets or many amazing stories?
So, so when so in anyone's life there'll be many people, there'll be many choices. As in that poem, The Road Not Taken, you have two paths in your life. You can either take the path which everyone treads, or you can take the path which no one treads. And either path you choose, you will have regret of not taking the other path. And I do have some regrets, and I do have some amazing stories. I'm happy for choosing to take up computer science. At the same time, I do have a regret that I could have tried something better, or I could have tried for something else. And it's always there in everyone's life, I would say, because everyone has a choice, and in each choice they have a choice to either go in either one part or another, and they will always have a chance to either do what they like or regret taking that part. And I feel that everyone has a choice, and in my life I will say I got more stories than regrets, as I feel I'm happy with my choices and I don't have much regrets with my choices at the time being. Thank you, and back to table topics, Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster. That was quite well put. At this point, I thank all of you for speaking up. It was interesting to know all of your stories and your opinions on the multiple questions and quotes I had put out today. I'd hand over now to the presiding officer. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti. Without any further ado, let me pass on to the general evaluator for the evaluation session. Over to you, Toastmaster Roshni.
Now I call upon Toastmaster Sham to give us a timers report.
Sure. For today's timers report, first we had Toastmaster Pooja, who spoke for 1 minute and 21 seconds. And then we have Toastmaster Aishwarya, who spoke for 46 seconds. Then I spoke for 1 minute and 8 seconds. Then Toastmaster Priyadashni spoke for 42 seconds. And then Toastmaster Bhavesh spoke for 1 minute 47 seconds. Then we had Toastmaster Abhijit, who spoke for 56 seconds. Then we had Toastmaster Hitika, who spoke for 49 seconds. Then we had Toastmaster Soumya, who spoke for 1 minute 20 seconds. And then we had Toastmaster Yash, who spoke for 1 minute 7 seconds. Then Toastmaster Bhavish spoke for 1 minute 49 seconds. Then Toastmaster Pooja spoke for 56 seconds. And I spoke for 1 minute 17 seconds at the end. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sham, for your report. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster S to present a counter report.
So the report goes, Toastmaster Bhavesh told 4 hours, and Toastmaster Pooja took 6 hours and 1 repetitive word. Toastmaster Hitika told 1 hour, and Toastmaster Sham told 3 hours. Toastmaster Soumya also told 1 hour, and Toastmaster Abhishek told no hours and no arms. And Toastmaster Priyadashni told 4 hours. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster S, for your report. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Bhavesh to present his report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I have rather a short report for today. To start with, Toastmaster Priya used the phrase procrastinate to hell, which means that you keep procrastinating until the end of time. Toastmaster Abhijit used the phrase go with the flow, which is a good way to say go accordingly. I mean, go with whatever is happening at that point of time. He also used the word inferred. I mean, most of us would have used inferred only at the end of our record, knowing not what it is. It's better used along with the word understood. You can either use the word understood or you can use the word inferred. So inference basically means what you understood. Moving ahead, Toastmaster Soumya used the word of the day, winsome. Great job, Toastmaster Soumya. Coming up to the negative usages of grammar today, we had given 1 week of time. Is better said, we had been given 1 week of time. Had given in the means you gave a week of time to someone else. Had been given in the sense you received 1 week of time. Coming to mind, some thought coming to mind is better said strike my mind, or some thought popped in my mind. I mean, there's no technically grammatical mistake here. It's better used like strike my mind or some thought popped in my mind. Adjust to what I got. I adjusted to what I got is better said adapted to what I got. Adjust means tweaking something to come into the right values. Adapt means you or something entering a new environment. All right, so it's easy to mismatch the words. Adjust means tweaking something to the perfect value. For example, you adjust the AC values, the AC to the proper temperature. You adapt to the cold in your locality. I hope the difference is clear. Can I take up a topic is better said, shall I take up a topic? Because you can technically take up a topic. That's why you're sitting in the meeting. Shall I means you're asking for permission. Can I doesn't refer to permission. Shall I refers to permission. Who has a good humor sense is an added advantage. It's better said, who has a good humor has an added advantage, or a good humor sense is an added advantage. All right. If you refer to the object, use is. If you're referring to the person, use has. The peak of something. I mean, if you're going to say the peak of something, the peak of anxiety, the peak of anger, it's better said at the peak of. I became angry at the peak of anxiety, something like that. Now, make something to be stable. It's better said make something stable. All right. Finally, told the word is better said. Use the word I, use the word because referring to the cons, the better said used because they used it number of times. That's the important evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavish. Now I am going to give an overall evaluation of the meeting. We started meeting on time and guidelines of the meeting was explained clearly. Presiding officer mentioned the mission statement of the club. As the general evaluator, I hope I have introduced tag team properly and the tag team gave awesome report. Now coming to table topic session, the session was really interesting and engaging. Topics were introduced in within a minute, guests were asked to participate actively and overall it was really a wonderful job. I would request role takers to join before 10 or 15 minutes and check for their audio and video connection. I would request participants to turn on the video so that it would be more engaging. I would request everyone to stick with the agenda schedule, and making last minute change would be difficult for others. And overall, it was a very good session. And over to presiding officer. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I really have to appreciate because today we had Shruti with an amazing table topic session, and this is her first time taking table topics. We have Priyadashni here, who's the General Evaluator for the first time, and she did an amazing job. Amazing, guys. I mean, you guys are really good at the first year itself. You guys have a long time to go, and you can amazingly improve with the same amount of efforts that you put. One important thing with people sitting here is that you all are self-disciplined. You guys have like increased self-discipline, and self-discipline is the basic parameter for you to improve. Without discipline you won't improve, and I believe that you will improve. I mean, I can tell you that you will improve with the same amount of efforts put throughout the year. Moving ahead, we have something called Moments of Truth session for the next 15 minutes. I hand the stage over to Toastmaster Soumya to explain what it is and to conduct it in a proper manner.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavish. I'll just share my screen. Do let me know when you guys can see that. Okay, is the screen visible?
Yes, Toastmaster Soumya.
Okay, can I start?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Okay, the very next moment I was asked to take the moments of truth, I was like almost blank. What should I tell? What should I ask them to do? I itself don't know completely. How will I ask them to do? Then started my research of what is this moments of truth. Why is it called so like that? Let's dive into how it's gonna be. The very after my research, I came to understand what is this moments of truth, and I could just put it in a single word. Like it's nothing but self-evaluation of the club. So I came up with a quote which completely describes this moment of truth. I'll be telling about it at the end of at the end of my presentation. The main things which we'll be seeing in this presentation is like what is moment of truth, why is it even required, and how do we do that. Starting with what is it? I think you guys might be as excited as I was while learning about this moments of truth. This moment of truth is like an episode where we come to self-evaluate ourselves. Always everything starts with self-evaluation. Only when we are self-aware, like we only when we kind of evaluate about ourselves in a quiet little intervals, only then we'll come to know about our flaws and there will be a chance of improvement. Without self-evaluation, I don't believe there is a chance of success or improvement. So that lies the main point of moments of truth. All the Toastmasters club has its mission to provide the main aim of the Toastmasters is to provide a positive environment to all those who have been attending these meetings and make them introduce them the different leadership styles and provide them different pathways. Moving ahead, this moments of truth basically contains of 6 major themes. The first one, as you could see on the screen, is first impressions. As the word itself signifies, what is first impression? It is nothing but the very first time we see someone or we get enter into some meeting or so. What feeling do we get? How are guests welcomed into the meeting? That plays a very important role. On like once we pay some attention to a guest and welcome them to a meeting, it's like they'll be kind of happy that we have been noticed for our only then they could come to our next further meetings because that plays a very important role in attracting guests. So that is the very first thing. The second theme is like member orientation. When new members join the club, they'll be almost they don't know anything what is actually happening in the club. Only through the interest they actually came into this club. So a proper orientation for them is completely required. That comes as our second theme. The third theme is fellowship, variety, and communication. Here is where the whole concept of Toastmasters lies. Providing a positive and growthy environment to all the members as well as guests. How is our club in that? That is what we are actually gonna do in this Moments of Truth. And then coming to the fourth important theme, which is program planning and meeting organization. As you guys know, the main one of the main persons of the executive committee is vice president education. His or her main role is like they should organize the meetings, they should fill up the agenda in time, and they should provide the like all the required amount of prepared speeches should be there. Like the minimum of three should be there in each and every meeting. That is what comes under this program planning and meeting organization. Then comes the membership strength. Many clubs kind of they retain few clubs do not retain only due to the number of members. There should be at least 20 or more members in a club to retain. So there comes the fifth theme. Then the sixth theme is like we do complete levels in this Toastmasters pathways, and we should get some recognition, right? After completing a level, I complete level one in my pathways leadership styles. I should get a recognition like I completed this. That is what plays an important role. Kind of encouragement to those who complete it. That comes as our sixth theme. I think you all got an idea what are this moment of truth and what are all the different themes of it. Moving ahead, why is it even required? This is my second question to be answered. This before I was telling you about a quote, right? The self-evaluation. I came up after my research on moments of truth. I came up with a small quote which is like, without proper self-evaluation, failure is inevitable. So this moments of truth is a platform or a kind of method through which we could self-evaluate our club and again know about our flaws in the meeting and kind of improve those. As Bhavesh was telling before, this is a learning experience for all of us. We should try, we should practice, and we should do mistakes, and only from mistake we could do the best possible thing. As you could see, the self-assessment is one best thing to be done, not only in a club, even individually. It becomes a very important ingredient of all of our lives. Also, this moments of truth provides a scope of improvement, and we, after completing this moment of truth, the club officers will be working over different opinions and perspectives of different people. How did they kind of, what are all the problems did they see in our club? And how could we increase the quality of the club plays a very important role here. We could then, at the end, by improving all our mistakes and learning from the moments of truth, we could give a possible very good membership experience to all our members as well as guests. Learning from mistakes is the best possible way to success. That's what I believe all the time, and that's what is the whole concept of moments of truth. After completing what and why, the next question is how do we do this? From before, from long 4 5 minutes, I was like telling moments of truth is self improvement, that, this, and all. But how do we do that? Here comes the answer. Every one of us will be divided into 6 different breakout rooms, and as mentioned, each room will have the name as one of the 6 themes I told you before. I think you guys remember. The 6 themes are like all the 6 themes starting from sorry. Yeah. The first impressions is the first theme, members of orientation is the second theme, on which we are going to rate our club. How did we see, how did we identify our club to be? That's what we'll be doing here. So all the 6 themes, everyone will be divided into 6 different breakout rooms where each breakout room will have a title of one of the 6 themes. Now you will be given with a form to be filled based on the theme assigned to you. Everyone are supposed to give your valuable feedback and opinions and observations you find regarding our club. Hope it's clear. Okay, am I audible? Could someone confirm? He was like speaking continuously. Am I audible?
Toastmasters, okay. You were both audible and the presentation was extremely clear.
Cool. So you got the idea, right? Now you all will be divided into 6 different breakout rooms. I'll be sending the forms to. I'll be sending all the 6 forms, but you should see your breakout room name, and accordingly you should fill the form. I think you got any questions?
Just one point to add: you might be single in your room, or you might have someone to accompany in the room.
Yes.
One person can share the screen, and it'll be okay if you fill just one form. one person can fill the form, but discuss and then fill the form.
Yeah, exactly. If those who are single in the room, I'll try to join that room and I'll try to help you with that. Okay. So let's start.
Given minutes, so 10 minutes is your time. Try filling everything. It's
Yeah.
just like series of questions with multiple choice. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like simple form filling, which we do quite often in our online classes. Okay. So I'll be sending the forms once I divide you into different teams. All of you will be getting all the 6 forms, but according to your breakout room name, we should be filling the form. I think it's clear. So I'll be starting the breakout rooms. And once after 10 to 15 minutes, again, I'll be sending a notification that I'll be closing these breakout rooms and you all will be back to the main meeting. Okay. So you'll be automatically moved to the breakout rooms. I just open it. It just takes a minute, I guess. Yeah. You might be having a single person or 2 members in your breakout room. I'll be coming and seeing if there is only a single person. Okay, nice. Okay, Bhavesh, you're there. I was trying to go to all the rooms and check
First
whether.
impressions, what happened, Soumya?
Yeah, I went to all the rooms. I was coming from the first and I'm going to all the rooms and checking whether what are the problems they were facing. First impressions, they were like, since it is given with the name, they didn't get the form. I told them to normally copy paste the form, they got it. I told, uh, I told Yash to help Hitika to complete. Like I told them to discuss and complete. So I'll be going to. Okay, shall I send you to Abhijit room? He's the only one.
Yes.
He's a guest.
Why did you put him alone? No problem. Put me.
Like it was like there wasn't an option. I told I'll come there. I'm going to all the rooms. He's seeing the questions. I'll be going back there, or if you could go also, it's fine.
Yeah, put me in Abhijit's room.
Okay, 1 second. I'll just. I think there will be an option. There isn't an option. Did it? Okay, I'll go there.
Okay, what room is
There
this?
isn't like that is fellowship, variety, and community.
I'll join that. There's an option here. I'll join that.
Okay, there's an option for you, nice.
I mean, it was there in phone, not here. I've joined. Hey, Abhijit. Were you able to work?
Okay, nice. Okay. Okay, Abhijit is also done.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I think Bhavesh helped you. So shall I, Bhavesh? Are you there? Okay, I think he's not there.
Like, can we use this time? Like, can you tell me like more about this club? I'm a
Sure.
fresher.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, from Amrita, aerospace.
Yeah. I saw your roll number. I think you're a first year. How is your college and how is your experience with online classes? How is everything going?
Yeah, it's going good. I think we got some good teachers,
Cool.
nice peers too.
Yeah, if it was offline, you would have enjoyed a lot. But it's okay. We can't.
Yeah.
It's for everyone, right? So,
Uh,
talking about our club. Okay, it's the very first meeting you're attending, right?
yep.
Okay, cool, nice. How did you feel?
It was very engaging. I liked everyone's interactiveness and stuff.
Great. 1 second, I think I should call everyone back. Bhavesh, are you there? Okay, he's not there. 1 second, I think I should call everyone from the breakout rooms.
Yeah.
And then I'll explain you observe. Just a minute.
Yes.
Like our VPM also will approach you and tell what are all the requirements. Like she'll explain you more about this. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll be joining the breakout rooms. I'll get back to you again. Sure. We'll contact you for sure.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay, what happened to Pooja?
Hey, hi, Soumya. I think it'll be better if we can close all rooms.
Yeah, like I'm just checking few people might be doing. So I'm going into the room and asking whether they completed and then I'm closing it. If they are in the middle of the discussion, it will be difficult, right?
Yep, that's one
So,
thing, but
okay, I think the time is also enough. Shall I close all?
yes, sure.
Okay, I'll do that. I think all the rooms are closed. Yeah, they are being closed.
All right. I just have one doubt. This
Okay.
Toastmasters sponsoring new members recognized. I'm not sure if that happens in the club.
The word sponsor is differently here in Toastmasters. Here, sponsor just means introducing someone to a club.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
All right. By sponsoring, it's simply like I introduced Shruti to the club. I introduced Pooja to the club. That's it.
All
Okay,
right.
so everyone is back. Hope so. All the rooms are closed. I think all of you filled the form successfully. So it's the end of Moments of Truth session and over to presiding officer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya, for that amazing presentation. So apart from that, from one of the suggestions, I quickly did that. So what we already have WhatsApp groups where we communicate our regular meetings. So the guests here, Aishwarya, Hitika, and Abhijit, I've posted a WhatsApp group link on the chat box. I hope it is visible. I kindly request you guys to click on that and join there, so you'll get regular updates of what's happening in the club. And once when you're interested, you can contact any one of us through that group. We'll guide you through the process to become a part of the club.
Yeah, Vijit actually wanted to know more about the club. Then I was busy going to different breakout rooms. Okay, we'll get back to you.
So
Sure.
we have Toastmaster Pooja here, who's the vice president membership of the club. She'll contact you guys as soon as possible and help you with the membership process, or give you more knowledge on the membership process. I hope that works. We've taken somewhat of extra time. I kindly request everybody to turn your cameras on so that we can take one group photo before we leave. All right, thank you guys. I've taken the group picture. If you guys have anything to say or share, feel free to share right now, or feel free to disconnect. The meet number 214 is officially to a close.
Yeah, I'd request guests to share their opinion on how they felt about the meeting or anything like that. It would be really great. Okay.
I had a doubt.
Yeah.
What exactly do you mean by a member or a participant in this club?
Yes, Abhijit. So, okay, Toastmasters is a two-way club. Unlike the other clubs in the college, this is an internationally affiliated club, again affiliated to Amrita campus, specifically the Coimbatore campus. So there's something called Toastmasters International, which is present throughout the world. They have like thousands and thousands of clubs like spread across every country. In India, specifically in not South India, let's say specifically in Coimbatore,